Almost.
It says we're live on YouTube.
Okay, go.
Okay, let's start over. This is cause number 63400, Texas versus David Dion, represented by Attorney Shannon Locke. Representing the state is Mr. Dick Maru. Representing the CSCD is Ms. Susan Gross, who I remind is still under oath. This is an uncontested motion to revoke probation. However, it is the court's understanding that the defense is pleading not true to the allegations, which apparently are consuming alcoholic beverages on or about May 10th, 2020, submitting a breath alcohol violation of 0.032 on the same day. I assume that's the same incident, and skipping the violation retest on the same day. So that's all the same incident. So Ms. Gross, correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, we're talking about one time drinking alcohol is what is alleged, and this three different violations for the same incident. It's all the same incident, is it not?
Yes, same incident, but resulting in 3 violations: consuming alcohol, the high BRAC, and then the failure to do the retest as ordered by the Smart Start mobile program.
Okay, at least we're all on the same sheet of music. All right, that being said, Mr. Locke, it's my understanding that you are going to plead not true, or that Mr. Dion is going to plead not true to this incident of one-time drinking on that date, and that you are coming to me as a true fact to make a determination whether or not that was true, and waiving your ability to have a full-blown contested motion to revoke probation. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. And state that's okay with you.
Yes, Judge.
All right. At this time, Mr. Dion, I'm holding in front of you a document entitled Defendant's Consent to MTR Hearing by Video Conference, which purports to have your signature as well as that of your attorney, Mr. Locke's, on it. Is this your signature on this document, Mr. Dion?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Locke, is this your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
And the second document I have is entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. And it is marked that this is a revocation of the defendant's community supervision, and the defendant has the right to appeal the court's actions revoking the community supervision, but not the underlying conviction. Is this your signature on this document, Mr. Dion?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Locke, also, is this your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. On the motion to revoke community supervision, how does the defendant plead?
He pleads not true, Your Honor.
Fair enough.
Mr. Dion?
Yes, I'm not sure.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Gross, would you please advise all the parties of the status of Mr. Dion's probation at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Dion was originally on deferred adjudication, and his probation was revoked, and he was placed on regular probation. That case is now expired. This case expired June 9th of 2020. While he was on the regular case, his reporting was good. He did pay in full. He completed all 48 hours of his class community service. He completed DWI education, victim impact panel, and the CAT-SNP program successfully. However, during the course of his probation, he had 5 positive tests for alcohol, 5 negative drug tests, 1 positive drug test for marijuana, and 1 diluted drug test. Being that the defendant has already been afforded multiple opportunities, we're recommending revocation because he's been through classes, he's been told not to drink, and he continues to drink. Therefore, we are recommending revocation. And he has no criminal history.
Thank you. State recommendation?
Along with probation, state's going to recommend revocation and the alternate volunteer for SATF if he would want to do that.
And Mr. Locke, what is the defense request? And I guess if you want to put on testimony of your client or any other evidence that would back
Your Honor,
up you.
Sure. Just a couple of quick points. Number one, Mr. Dion has been testing 6 times a day back since he had that original violation. He has been doing that, and you know, I don't understand where the positive test came from. They were extraordinarily low positive tests, Judge. We do object to the use of any hearsay evidence to revoke Mr. Dion's probation. You have essentially no competent evidence in front of you that indicates that he's violated his probation. And for that reason, Judge, we'd ask that you extend him, which we would certainly agree to. But in these times, we would ask that you either extend him or terminate him unsatisfactorily. But because the court only has essentially what is hearsay evidence, we would say that based on the rules of evidence, you should not revoke him based on that. Additionally, his other positive behavior on probation should be considered in mitigation.
State's response to defense objection to hearsay during a motion to revoke probation hearing?
Judge, as far as I'm concerned, this isn't a contested hearing. We went forward as an uncontested hearing, so I'm not sure the rules of evidence even apply to this hearing. Second fact is it's alleged on the violation, so or on the violation report, the actual state's motion. So it's not hearsay at that point anyways.
Mr. Locke, just for the sake of the record, it's my understanding that a motion to revoke probation is not a criminal prosecution under the law like a normal open case would be. And there's no motion to revoke probation on the face of the earth that I've ever seen that wasn't completely utilizing hearsay, i.e. normally the CSCD supervisor will read off of whatever the defendant's file is as sent to her by the defendant's actual probation officer, and that's where we're coming up with all this information. And it's my understanding that that's sufficient for a court to revoke somebody's probation if they were to believe that those are the actual facts of what happened. You're welcome to go research that or do whatever you want, but I'm not excited about this case. Based I can tell under this circumstance, Mr. Dion, or actually Mr. Locke, do I have your permission to talk to your client briefly?
Yes, Your Honor.
Dion, are you telling me that you didn't drink any alcohol on 10 May 2020? This is some sort of a glitch or a false positive on the part of the Smart Start mobile device?
More than likely.
More than likely.
Okay, y'all can go back into,
We don't need to go anywhere. Has Mr. Dion been on the Smart Start mobile throughout this entire time frame? This motion to revoke probation has been June 2nd, 2020. So he's still been on 6 blows a day since June 2nd, 2020. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is the only violation we've had that we're aware of on the Smart Start mobile device.
Judge, we could not amend the motion to revoke because the case had expired. And I would have to go through 5 separate reports in order to see if there's any violations, and that would take me just a few minutes.
All right. And probation, you've advised me that Mr. Dion has done everything he needs to do to successfully complete probation, except stop drinking this one incident. Would that be accurate?
Yes, Your Honor. And if you would like me to send you a copy of the violations on Smart Start, I would be more than happy to do that. It is a sequence of a total of 5 high bracks ranging from 032 to 020.
Okay. And he has 4 days jail credit. Is that correct, Ms. Benavides?
yes, Your Honor.
Of not true to all allegations on the motion to revoke probation. I find they are true with mitigation based on the fact you've done everything else on your probation and there's no evidence of any other violations.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pardon me?
Excuse me, what was the question, Your Honor?
I didn't have a question. I just said.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So I'm going to grant the state's motion to revoke your community supervision. I'm going to sentence you to 15 days in the Bexar County Jail. What was his original fine amount?
1 second, Judge.
$850, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Susan.
Original fine, yes, $850.
$850 plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, judgment satisfied. Anything further from the state of the defense of Mr. Dion?
Nothing
No,
further, Your
Judge.
Honor.
Okay with you, Mr. Locke?
That's okay. Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Dion. In the future, Mr. Dion, drink all you want, don't drive. Fair enough?
Absolutely. I will
Okay,
not,
Roger.
I'm not planning on